Alright, we should be live then. Hello everybody and welcome to the 4th of July special, where I do something I would be doing on a normal Monday. Classic maneuver, really. So yeah, we're back with more Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix. And, it's gonna be great. We're visiting two interesting worlds today for the most part, and by interesting I of course means I'm going to suffer. It's gonna be wonderful, trust me. Hello. Today I will be joined by Gamer Jeff TK, also known as on YouTube. Also known on YouTube as Jeff's Gaming Emporium, and Zimmer1234, who I don't believe has any major social media presence. Indeed. I also have a Twitter where I don't post anything. It's wonderful. Understandable. Anyways, we will be going to, we'll just be starting up the stream, I think. No, don't let... Alright, perfect. My timing is impeccable. Let us begin. Oh, did I save after this? Yes, I did. Alright. We can revisit some places and unseal more trinities. Wasn't there a trinity mark in the accessory shop? Could this torn page be from Merlin's book? Let's return to town and give it to him. Alright, well I guess before we do anything important, we're going to be doing that. So, nifty feature of the navigation gummies is we can just warp to places we've been. Rather nice if I do say so myself. So, let's go ahead and visit the accessory shop first. So we now have access to green trinities, and these are wonderful. Everyone gets in a big tower and does something. Actually, no. Well, in select cases it is, but for the most part it doesn't actually do that. For instance, doing that in the accessory shop grants us access to the synthesis workshop, and apparently some Dalmatians that they were holding hostage until someone showed up.
Why would you trap the Dalmatians in a chest?
Everyone does that. It's awful. Ah, do I? Oh, it's just desktop audio entirely. I seriously have no idea what it is. Every time I open up Streamlabs, my desktop audio is automatically muted. Try saying something.
Hello there, good peeps. Yup, you're good.
Alright, we're good? We're good.
Yep.
Perfect. So, we can now use synthesis. It's wonderful. Not with that guy, though. This guy is the one. Let us synthesize. We can't really make anything of note, but we will make what we can make. Nifty. Alright, now to go find some other green trinities, but first we're gonna go ahead and visit Merlin real quick. And a faster way of doing that is just going straight back out and straight back in. Classic maneuver, really. Also, before I get started, I'm gonna remember to actually equip the Keyblade we just got, because it is better.
Why do you have to equip something that's better?
Indeed. Alright. Yeah, I'm fine with this equipment. We're gonna give Donald some stuff as well. Donald will get an Ifrit's Horn, and he will get the Inferno Band. And Goofy can go ahead and take Brave Warrior and...
Yes, I did it! I did it! I did it!
Fire Ring, why not? You did it? Nice.
Yes!
For reference, Sheldon is doing something that you will not see me do for a long time. Because I will be doing that when I finally get to Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix.
Are you actually going to do it on stream?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be wonderful, trust me. Anyways, as Sora suggested, let us go see that book that Merlin has.
Alright, so I already did number 9, right?
Yes.
Alright, so I'll go find 10.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god!
Oh, your god, indeed.
I found a strat that worked. Once you get to about like 40 hits, start doing like horizontal slash attack, horizontal, like alternate between those until you get to about 60. Then try hit the ground before the mushroom does, switch to master form, start spamming thunder. Pray to God you get all hits.
Classic maneuver.
Yeah, that's what I did. I got a second try with that strat.
Alright, where am I supposed to go?
Mushroom 10.
Wait, can I not do anything?
The illegal way?
The illegal way, it's wonderful.
Oh,
For
God,
reference,
God.
this is referring to Stickman Shams content. Highly recommend go see him on YouTube, he's wonderful. Great Kingdom Hearts content creator. Alright, I guess we have to talk to Merlin. No, we don't. What? I'm confused. Huh. Never mind, I guess we can't do anything here for the time being. Fair enough. Oh wait, no, I go here, that's why. It's tucked so far away into the side.
Sink, 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 sink.
Make the game slightly louder before we move on. And yes, everyone can see the volume setting here. It's wonderful. Definitely no immersion breaking here.
Hi there. What's wrong?
Volume settings.
Nothing. Just thinking.
Oh,
I was thinking of how to say goodbye to Pooh.
Pooh?
Yes,
Wait a second. You're Pooh?
yes, I'm Winnie the Pooh. Pooh for short. Who are you?
I'm Sora.
Oh, hello, Sora. Have you come to say goodbye to Pooh, too?
Well, no. Why would I do that? We've only just met.
No
Because
comments
everyone's
to
gone away.
Yeetus Barus.
What do you
None.
mean?
Well, we all lived here in the 100-acre wood. And we
The 100-acre wood?
None whatsoever.
Or play Pooh sticks. And every day, I'd eat some honey. Just one small smackle
With
would taste very
Kokon,
good
I mean
right
with
now.
Kokon feed, we can react to things before it happens.
But now, everyone
No
is
stream delay.
gone. All my friends,
Wonderful.
and my favorite honey tree too. Everyone must have gone away while I was napping, I think.
I think.
So who knows? Maybe I shall end up going away somewhere as well. But I wonder, how do I say goodbye to myself? Think, think, think. Oh,
Poor
my
Pooh
tummy
Bear.
is getting
How
rather
does he say
rumbly.
goodbye to himself?
I will never get over the out of context question of Winnie the Pooh asking how to say goodbye to himself.
I mean, maybe we'll finally get the answer in Blood and Honey.
I can't disagree. Speaking of, that's gonna be quite the experience, won't it?
Oh yeah.
An odd sign
forgot-
hangs above this house's door.
I
Take a
forgot
look.
Blood and Honey existed for a movie.
Understandable. This is why it's wonderful when things enter the public domain. It's not gonna do anything. Yeah, we have found Winnie the Pooh's house. And if we enter,
Oh bother. There's no more honey left. If only the honey tree would visit. Oh, then I could eat my fill.
Unfortunate. Let me guess, you'd like to know what happens next. Unfortunately, some of the pages are missing, so I can't tell you yet. The pages are scattered over many worlds. Would you find them for us? Ah, fine, I could go find your pages. Finally, a context in which DLC applies to real life. For Sora, at least. He must go to obscure places to find upgrades to the, book. It's gonna be wonderful. And by wonderful, I mean awful. Someone please. Anyway, we're gonna ignore that for now, and continue on with our journey. So we've made it to Agrabah, but we will not actually be doing anything in Agrabah, mostly because we just left there in the last stream. And instead, we head on to here. Ow. Ow. So this orange portal will take us straight back to where we initially sort of got to this place from, like the initial ring of the door. Also, I'm definitely not in mortal danger. What are you saying? I would never be.
He would never be. No.
Only
I don't know
fools
why
get
you would even
themselves into such positions.
Yeah, like, I don't know why you'd even suggest you might ever possibly be in a mortal situation, you know? Like, there's nothing going on here.
No.
The dummy ship missions are definitely the best part of the game.
Definitely.
Aren't they?
Definitely. I definitely know how inverted controls work when only one axis is inverted. What is that? Wow, it's huge! It's a giant whale! It's Monstro! He's a whale of a whale, and vicious besides. Whoa, Sora, get us out of here!
Get us out of here, Sora!
I'm trying. I'm trying.
God, I have 61.
Too late! He's
recoveries
going
now.
to swallow us! And thus Sora died. It's true! I saw it with my own eyes! You sure you didn't just hear it this time? What difference does it make? There's a huge monster in there, I tell you! Alright, suppose there really is a monster. Think we can beat it by ourselves, Sora? No problem, let's do it! Listen, there! Can you hear it growling? Shh, quiet. We've got to be careful. See that? It was just the wind making that noise. Aw, man. I wish it was a monster. Hold on. What's that over there?
It's just monsters. It's just monsters on card game.
A window? Or maybe a door? It won't open. Geez, is that really all that's in here? What do you expect in a boring place like this?
What?
Hey, Sora.
Rude.
Hmm? When we grow up, let's get off this island. We'll go on real adventures, not this kid stuff. Sure, but isn't there anything fun to do now? Hey, you know the new girl at the mayor's house? Did you hear?
Man, there's some big ones in there. I also haven't seen them yet.
Hey, Sora! Are you okay?
What are you guys doing? Where are we anyway? Whoa!
An item. I'll take it.
You know, I think that big old whale monstro just swallowed us. And for today's weather, expect showers. Oh, heavy showers.
Ow! Who's there? It's me! Oh, it's just Pinocchio.
Why does Donald know Pinocchio?
Pinocchio? Pinocchio, where you going? Pinocchio! Come on, everybody, after him, quick!
As for why Donald knows Pinocchio, I still have no idea. Anyways, yeah, we have been swallowed by the whale. We tried. And I'm gonna try and do some funky platforming here to see if we can get any loot. I think there's anything in particular we can reach yet. Especially if I do that.
What have you got there, Pinocchio?
With this, we can get out of here, Father.
Really? With this big block? You think so?
It's true. So, how did you end up here, Pinocchio?
Oh my, so the whale swallowed all of you too? My goodness.
Yeah, looks like it.
My name is Geppetto. I'm Pinocchio's father. When we got separated, I traveled all over looking for him. Thank goodness we're together again.
That's
So,
all familiar.
You seem to know Pinocchio quite well. I hope he was a good boy in my absence. Well, we've all had quite a journey, right, Pinocchio? Pinocchio!
Well, there he goes again. Now, you might ask what I mean by again. But, there's been a few times he's just kind of left so far already, I think. Come on. And I'm not actually sure if I can grab this yet, but it's worth a shot. And one shot's all I'm giving it. Personally. Come on.
I believe in you, TJ.
Well, it didn't work, so you know what, we're leaving. We should probably go pursue Pinocchio, shouldn't we?
What are you doing? Come on, let's go back.
You know, Geppetto's awfully worried about you.
Pinocchio, stop fooling around. This is no time for games.
And instead of, you know, making sure he's actually following them,
But
they just
Sora,
leave.
I thought you liked games. Or are you too cool to play them now that you have the Keyblade?
Riku? What are you doing here?
Just playing with Pinocchio.
You know what I mean. What about Kairi? Did you find her?
Maybe. Catch us, and maybe I'll tell you what I know.
Oh, come on.
Well, Riku has actually just abducted a puppet.
Come on.
He's a puppet himself, though.
Come on.
What?
So Riku's a puppet himself, though.
From a certain point of view, yeah. Not literally biologically, but from a certain point of view, yes.
This should help.
Indeed.
Come on.
That is indeed the correct point of view. Alright. I'm not going to lie, I have an awful sense of direction, and I'm going to get lost here like no one else ever has.
That's the fun part.
Not implying that no one else has ever gotten lost here, but to such a degree that it's never been seen before.
Go ahead, TJ. Music is all I got lost.
Come on! Fire!
Please do not mind the fireworks going off outside my house. They're not attached to people I condone. They're not attached to people I know, and I do not condone fireworks going off, especially where I'm at. But you know what? We kind of have to live with it.
I mean, you only can do it once a year, basically.
I can't disagree, but that hasn't stopped people from doing it for the entire past week, and won't stop people doing it for the entire next week.
It's just hide from gunshots.
Exactly.
Fire! Fire!
Ah, come on.
Sit!
Yeah, I'm just gonna be wandering around here for a while, because frankly, I have no idea.
Fire!
What?
Now to make some mistakes as I try and get that chest. That was a pretty big mistake. That didn't work as well as I'd hoped. Oh, there's a chest down here I didn't bother grabbing. Come on.
Take that!
How the
See ya.
Okay. How am I hitting on mushroom and hitting the I don't.
Alright, now can we open this?
Mushroom 10 is not as confusing as it looks. It's just apparently I'm hitting the wrong mushroom, I'm hitting the correct mushroom.
It do be like that. You do gotta watch for the area of effect of your attacks. That could ruin that. In case it's not obvious yet, I'm going to be spending a lot of time here. Not by choice. I think if I throw that across, jump across.
Aha! Firework, first try, mushroom 10. Hey. Okay, not first try, but I got it.
Alright, if I push this barrel over here, and alright, jump, I can grab that ledge, open this treasure chest, and get a mega elixir. Time to not use that for some unknown reason.
Final form is a lovely ability.
Indeed.
And that's how I deleted 10 so fast.
Some consider it a pathway to many abilities that some deem unnatural. I didn't say it right. I don't.
Yeah, it was close enough.
People got the reference anyway, I think.
Come on!
I think.
Come on! Fire! See ya! See ya!
Can I cannot push those.
Fire! Fire!
I love point blank fire.
See ya!
Get back down here.
See ya! Come on! Defense! See ya! Come on!
I'd be lying if I said I remembered where I entered from.
Fire! Fire! Fire!
Come on, Sora. Don't auto-lock onto the one that isn't threatening.
Come on! Fire!
Also, don't fall off this edge when you're attacking, please. There we go.
Fire!
Thank you, Donald.
Fire!
Not the iconic. I just healed myself. God dang it.
Indeed, not the iconic. I just healed myself.
Why
Alright.
do you still care?
Seems like I'm
about
correct
that boy?
enough.
He has all but deserted you for the Keyblade and his new companions, after all.
I don't care about him. I was just messing with him a little.
Oh, really? Of course you were. Beware the darkness in your heart. The heartless prey upon it.
Mind your own business.
Hello, Pinocchio.
Riku! What's the matter with you? What are you thinking? Don't you realize what you're doing?
I was about to ask you the same thing, Sora. You only seem interested in running around and showing off that Keyblade these days. Do you even want to save Kairi?
I do.
That's never a good sign. You know what else is never a good sign? When a room spawns you on a save point.
I like being spawned on a save point.
Like, it's great to have a save point, but it's never really a good sign of things to come. Well, Pinocchio's already been eaten by another thing, in the thing that he's been eaten by.
You up for this?
No problem. Let's do it.
And now Sora and Riku team up.
Come on!
Switch it, dog.
Don't give up.
I'm not giving up, Riku. What are you talking about?
Come on!
just gonna step back and heal real quick.
Come on!
I'm working on it. Step back and heal again. Cast my shield again.
Come on!
Come on.
Let me out of here!
I'm working on it.
You're scary.
Come on!
Bonk. It has been defeated. Well. Goofy learned cheer. As for why Goofy learned cheer after watching a child get eaten by a monster, no idea. But you know what? We're not going to question it. What cheer does is it makes summons last longer. That will be pretty nifty when I ever end up deciding to use a summon.
Pinocchio! Pinocchio! Please, give me back my son.
Sorry, old
Give
man.
me back
I
my
have some
son.
unfinished business with this puppet.
He's no puppet. Pinocchio is my little boy.
He is
Pinocchio
unusual.
is
Not
my
many
little
puppets have
boy.
hearts. I'm not sure, but maybe he can help someone who's lost theirs.
Wait a minute. Are you talking about Kyrie?
What do you care about her?
How rude. Anyways, Riku has once more kidnapped a child. And we have learned the shared ability, high jump. Shared abilities do not cost any AP, which is rather nice if I do say so myself. And now, with the tide of saliva, I guess? I don't know what else it'd be. With the tide lowered, we can actually do more stuff in this room, finally. For instance, we have this blue trinity. That grants us money, my favorite. How'd it know? You know, I say that, but it still occurred to me I don't have anything set up for, like, donations or anything like that. I'll get that figured out eventually. Obtained Water Gleam. This is going to be another stone that will unlock a different summon. It's going to be great. Alright. We have made it across that. Now with high jump, we can go ahead and jump up here and collect this treasure chest, containing 3 Dalmatians. This is true. Monstro is such a vicious predator that he even eats land animals. Despite being a whale. Do not question it. I'm 90% sure that's not the way I was supposed to get here, but you know what? It's better this way. We can also obtain a cottage. Indeed, Monstro is so huge he straight up swallowed a house, and there was nothing anyone could do about it. Anyways, I suppose it's time to go chase down Pinocchio again. And Riku, by extension. And actually do it correctly, please. That would be great. In case it is not obvious yet, the true final boss of Kingdom Hearts 1 is the camera. Can you confirm, Jeff?
Indeed.
Can you confirm, Sheldon?
What?
That the true final boss of Kingdom Hearts 1 is the camera?
Yeah. That's like the camera's really
This is true. Camera control is really difficult. Especially in 3D environments, obviously. Come on, reappear already.
Come on! Come on!
Show your face so I can ruthlessly bash at him. And thus, instead of giving us a long and winding maze like the previous section of Monster, we now have to deal with a vertical platforming challenge in a 3D environment. With plenty of enemies along the way.
Come on! Fire!
Enemies that if I keep fighting, I will only fall further and further back down. But you know what? That's the fun part.
That one outside! Yeah?
Gonna cast gravity. Didn't even hit the one I was aiming at. Nice.
Force! Heal!
Alright. And with that, now seems like as good a time as any to somehow go up to reach Monstro's stomach. Or Montro's stomach. I can't say that in fast succession.
Hey! Let Pinocchio go, Riku!
A puppet that's lost its heart to the heartless. Maybe it holds the key to helping Kairi. How about it, Sora? Let's join forces to save her.
Damn it.
We can do it together. What? You'd rather fight me? Over a puppet that has no heart?
Heart or no heart, at least he still has a conscience.
Got him.
Conscience?
You might not hear it, but right now it's loud and clear. And it's telling me you're on the wrong side.
Then you leave me no choice.
Oh snap, are we gonna fight Riku here?
Jiminy,
Not Riku.
I'm not gonna make it. Oh. I guess I'm okay.
Convenient.
Huh?
Anyways, no fight with Riku. We have to fight this thing again. And he is pieced out, so he's not going to help us this time. Alright, get out of here, Pinocchio. Already taken a meaty hit.
Perfect.
I have been poisoned. My health is slowly falling over time.
Heal!
You're gonna heal. Gonna heal again. Oh, not in there apparently. I don't want to talk about that one. That was bad. Yeah, let's just not talk about that one. I think we can all agree on that.
Oh my god, Mushroom 12 is a little bit annoying.
Alright, we're just gonna go ahead and climb back up and not fight these enemies along the way, because frankly I don't think I got anything of value from them anyway. In the immortal words of Regal Bryant from Tales of Symphonia, goodbye, worthless enemies. And of course, we're gonna skip the cutscene that we just saw. And this time we are heading into the fight with a significantly fresher health bar and a significantly fresher mana bar.
Magic and mana's a good sign.
If we bash in its face enough, we can attack its stomach directly.
Heal!
Ah, my heal got cancelled by landing.
Heal! Wind!
Gonna once more use Cure. Probably not a bad idea, all things considered. Ow, how rude. Ow, how rude.
Why do you have to be invisible?
Come on!
Please do not be spooked by the fireworks exploding outside my house.
This should help.
Oh no, I also have fireworks. Still
Indeed. Once again, it is not exactly my choice, or the choice of anyone who is tangentially close to me. I'm just trying to get close to this thing, and it's not working. Ow, how rude. Thank you, Donald. Ow. Alright, I'm just gonna take this opportunity to cast shield on myself. Don't you dare. I refuse to be coated in a whale's gastric acids. Alright, Parasite Cage has once more been stunned. And I will once more take the opportunity to bash its stomach in. However, it has hit me with its poison moon. Ow, how rude. Just gonna heal. Once more target its face. Oh, its top face? It's got two faces. And not in a cool way, just in a gimmicky way. Heal. Again. Come on, I'm so close. Dodge the poison, and there we go. We have learned a very important ability after this fight, Leaf Bracer. I will be putting it to good use, trust me.
Riku! Riku, where are you?
Hello?
Hello. In the meantime, we have attained the power of time and learned the magic spell, Stop.
Alright.
Sora can now actually just stop time.
So, Kyrie's like a lifeless puppet now?
Precisely.
I'm gonna mute my
And
mic
her
'cause
heart
it's-
was...
Alright.
Taken by the Heartless, no doubt.
Tell me, what can I do?
There are 7 maidens of the purest heart. We call them the Princesses of Heart. Gather them together, and a door will open to the heart of all worlds. Within lies untold wisdom. There you will surely find a way to recover Kyrie's heart. Now, I'll grant you a marvelous gift.
A marvelous gift, you
The
say.
power to control the Heartless.
Wow, that's not alarming at all.
Definitely not.
Soon, Kyrie. Soon.
Hey, these things stole your friend's heart? Yeah, you command them now. Have fun. I'm not gonna lie, I did not expect to get out of Monstro so quickly. I typically get so lost in there that I spend like an hour, but you know what? I'm fine with this. This is probably for the better. Especially given the next world we have coming up. I sure hope Pinocchio and Geppetto are okay. Yeah, hopefully they landed somewhere safely. Riku. And we've been sent back to Agrabah because Monstro has physically run away. Swam away? I think my magic is as good as Donald's now. No way, not in a million years. Why don't you go see Merlin? Work more on your magic. There's a tournament being held at the Coliseum. I hear there's a great... I can't do a Chip or Dale voice. Why am I even trying? I hear there's a great reward for the winner. Anyway, we're gonna go see Merlin, as well as also see if we can find out where Pinocchio and Geppetto went. Sounds like a pretty good idea to me. I don't know about you guys.
No, not a good idea at all.
So first off, let's go see Merlin. Donald, get out of the way. You're making excellent progress. Here's something for your effort. Sora obtained the Spellbinder. Keep it up. Nifty. Spellbinder is an interesting Keyblade, to say the least, because it has kind of awful physical strength, but it gives you 2 MP. I typically don't actually use this Keyblade, which is weird, because I think Kingdom Hearts 1 Magic is a lot more fun than most people give it credit for. Anyway, we also picked up Water Gleam, so I'm going to go ahead and speak to the Fairy Godmother. Oh, another summon gem. Let's help this little one. Here we go! Bibbidi bobbidi boo! Learn summon spell, Dumbo. If you find any more of these stones, bring them to me. Alright, so that's that out of the way. But now we're gonna go ahead and check on... check, I'm having a stroke. Check on things elsewhere. So first off, we're just gonna head back to Traverse Town, into the first district this time. Because, if I am not mistaken, we were told that, Traverse Town is where people go when, their worlds are destroyed. And while technically Monstro wasn't destroyed, there's some problems. Pinocchio? Hey, it's Sora! Well, hello, Sora. Did Sora ever introduce himself to either Pinocchio or Geppetto?
I think he did to Geppetto in the cutscene, didn't he?
He might have. That's entirely possible.
But Pinocchio definitely wasn't there.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that Geppetto couldn't have told Pinocchio.
That's true. I was just under the impression for some reason that Sora never introduced himself to Geppetto.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. That's like he introduces himself to Geppetto and then I think fucking Riku comes in his ass.
That would check out. Anyways, how did you get here? A man named Leon helped us. He even got us this house to live in. I don't know how I'll ever repay his kindness. Say, I hear you three are fighting the Heartless. I thought I might be able to help you, so I made this. Obtained Geppetto.
Obtained Geppetto.
For us? But of course, Pinocchio and I can't thank you enough. We'll do anything we can to help you. For reference, Geppetto, in his item form, is actually a blueprint for your gummy ship.
Yes, still, the fact that he named it Geppetto.
Indeed. Let us see what he has cooked up this time. Sid.
That's like someone making a ship and then naming it Kyle.
Yeah. Frankly, I do not remember the unlock conditions for any of these. But more importantly, we have the Wishing Star, a Keyblade with 5 physical strength and 0 MP, and short reach, but always crits on every finisher. I'm gonna use Spellbinder for a bit, but I'll probably switch it out for Wishing Star once we get to where we're going next for real. And while I'm here, I'm gonna go visit the Dalmatians. I think that's a pretty good idea. Also, while I'm here, we have encountered a very fascinating enemy. This is a Sniper Wild. And Sniper Wilds are intriguing, to say the least. The way they work is, basically, more keep showing up, but if they notice you, they will call for reinforcements. And, if they call successfully, you are in grave danger. Every time you kill one of them, they get more valuable to kill. And, yeah. Kill a certain amount of them, they drop stuff as well. Very intriguing enemies, to say the least. Where'd this one go? What? I did not intend to grind. I did not intend to farm the sniper wild, but we're just gonna do that for a moment, I think.
Come on!
Get back here!
Fire!
Let's see how far I can keep this going for. I think that'd be kind of funny.
Come on!
Jeff, are you familiar with the sniper wild?
Yes, the worst enemies in the game.
Yeah. I won't deny it. Alright, they've locked on, so I think it's about time to skedaddle. Correction. There is no skedaddling from this. Thank you, Donald. I appreciate the shield. We're leaving. This is not a great way to leave. So yeah, as you can tell, when they actually succeed in calling for backup, they become very dangerous very quickly.
Oh yeah.
Conveniently, leaving the room and coming back gets rid of them, so, nifty. I got like 20 of them, I'm fine with that. Anyway, once more off to the Dalmatians we go, for real this time. We have been given gifts for our assistance. Thunderer G. As for why actual dogs have spaceship parts, I'm not going to question it. Anyways, before we leave Traverse Town, I'm actually going to go ahead and demonstrate summons, because I haven't done that yet. For the cost of 2 MP and 2 party members, you can bring a very special guest to assist you. For instance, I have brought along Simba from The Lion King. And the way Simba works is very simple. You charge up an attack, and then roar. It's a very easy, very simple, and incredibly powerful just wave clear technique. Very useful for mob fights. I suppose I can also show off Genie. Genie, if I'm not mistaken, does something very fascinating whenever you cast any magic.
Genie's still better in KH2.
I won't disagree. For instance, let's cast... not fire. So because I've cast magic, Showtime is activatable, and he can just deal damage to things in the area. Not even things I hit with my magic, just things in the area, it seems.
Gotcha!
So one thing Genie did there was hit that enemy with stop. Oh, he's having a great time. But yeah, Genie will just kind of randomly cast magic for with no rhyme or reason. There we go. Apparently he also sometimes just happens to break and make it impossible to leave a room for a few seconds, but that might be more of a summon thing than an actual functionality of Genie. So, yeah. Anyways, I had an idea here. What was that idea? So we're gonna go ahead and upgrade our gummy ship even further, despite the fact that I hate it, because I'm planning on making the gummy ship sections as short as I possibly can, for obvious reasons. So we're going to once again edit our gummy ship, because I just bought plenty of weapons. This was not a mistake. I forgot what I named my gummy ship, and upon seeing it again, it is a wonderful name. In reference to a legendary video. Anyways, we now have a bigger area with which to build our gummy ship. It is wonderful. Because you know what that means? More weapons. Let's see. Speaking of weapons, we can go ahead and alright, that's pretty naturally mounted on, right? And so is that, obviously. Alright, having this many weapons is obviously not a mistake. Do I have any more I can add? 2 Thunder G's, apparently. And a Meteor G. I'll add that Meteor G. Just gonna put both of the... no. Put both of the lasers under the ship itself. And let's get that Thunder G back. And put it on top of the thing. Perfect. And with this, we now have a force to be reckoned with. Nothing but weapons, my favorite. Anyways, I think now's as good a time as any to head over to the Olympus Coliseum, because we were just informed that a new tournament has opened up. Man, there are a lot of fireworks. Perhaps streaming on the 4th was not an amazing idea.
Yeah, surprisingly not, like, none of them really make me like...
Alright, that's probably for the better. And by probably, I mean definitely.
Yeah.
I think there's a green trinity somewhere around here. I could be mistaken about that. Oh, here it is. For doing this green trinity, we get... Mithril. Nifty. Oh, hello, Hercules. Are you going to compete? It would be great to face you. You think so? Alright, we can now enter the Pegasus Cup. We're gonna enter together. I'm gonna start off right away with an arrow so I can get a shield.
Come on!
Come on. Where'd you go? That is an annoying thing about search ghosts in arena matches. They just disappear and don't come back. Ow. It just occurred to me that earlier I mentioned that Leaf Racer was an important ability, and then I proceeded to not actually equip it. But you know what, we can work with that.
Oh, you fool.
That is me.
Come on!
wanted to leave those large bodies alone for a moment.
Heal. See ya. See ya.
Good job, Goofy. For some reason, you can deal damage to enemies that block physical attacks from the front. I'll take it.
It's because Goofy's a god.
This is true.
Come on.
Goofy is canonically the smartest Kingdom Hearts character. Like, I'm not even making this up, it's just kind of true. Every elemental magic music name Heartless being the what were they? Red Nocturnes, Blue Rhapsodies, Yellow Operas, and Green Requiems. They're not difficult to fight, but they are annoying because Sora is simply not fast enough to catch them half the time. And we defeat the fire breather with a fireball. Checks out somehow. Get back here. Got him.
That's the power of the Keyblade.
Black fungi. These are fun.
Heal.
I love it when my enemies cast break on themselves and yet are still able to act. Yeah, these guys, they cast poison and they cast break, but only on themselves. And for some reason, despite being turned to stone, they could still attack despite not being able to get attacked.
Fire!
Hitting barrel spiders with fire will instantly cause them to detonate. It's wonderful.
Understandable.
That's the power of the Keyblade.
Giant impact, 3 fat bandits, and 2 large bodies. When the fat bandits launch fireball attacks, you can actually deflect them with guard and stun them momentarily. Or anything you hit with a fireball, actually. Including other fat bandits.
Heal.
Imagine getting stunned by an ally's ability from halfway across the map. Wonderful,
Sounds
isn't it?
alright.
Fire! Fire!
I enjoy hearing Donald cry out in pain. It is hilarious. Is that an awful thing to say? Objectively. Is it correct? Objectively. And now we see what waits for us at the end of this tournament. Leon and Yuffie.
Just give up, it'll be easier.
Now the tactic here is actually run away from Leon specifically, and deflect Yuffie's shurikens back at her because she will eventually get stunned. I'm just gonna heal myself.
Is that supposed to hurt?
Scaring Yuffie. Is that supposed to hurt?
Come and get it.
I am good at blocking.
Come and get it.
It's over.
See you later, nerd.
It's over.
No, it isn't. What are you talking about, Small? Ow. It is over. I wasn't in critical health and I still died. You know what, we'll be tackling that again at a later date, but before I forget, because I actually remembered for half a second earlier, Leaf Bracer. Stop enemies from breaking Cure on self. I'm gonna have to sacrifice some pretty neat things to go ahead and put that on, but it's totally worth it. Because being able to heal yourself and not have it be interrupted by taking damage is very nice, to say the least.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, I'll do that Coliseum later. It'll be great, trust me. And there is a reason I'm doing side content in this game, despite not having done it in Tales, and that is because Tales of Symphonia's main campaign is significantly longer than Kingdom Hearts 1's. And yeah, the plan is just kind of... I want to demonstrate the Kingdom Hearts 1 side content. I wanted to demonstrate the Tales of Symphonia side content as well, but when you've done 14 videos on a series, it's kind of like, no. Unironically spent like 48 hours in that. Which, I love Tales of Symphonia, but I think the viewers would like to see something different after a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
Which is precisely why I've made the first day of my week on any given stream day into a long-running JRPG, because that only makes sense. Anyways, now that we have ended up at Monstro, we are going to continue our drive to this world over here. We now have 4 front-firing cannons instead of just 1. And 2 angle-firing cannons. Very nice. Not to mention we have 2 lasers, one of which is more powerful than the other. Anyway, we have made it to our target. Atlantica. Okay, guys, prepare for landing. Land where? In the sea? We'll drown. Not with my magic, we won't. Just leave it to me. Never trust Donald Duck.
Sebastian?
Ariel, wait! Slow down! Don't leave me behind!
We will be leaving you behind.
As always.
Oh, relax, Sebastian. They don't look like one of them.
One of them, you
Right,
say?
Thunder?
I don't know. There's something weird about them.
I won't deny it.
What do you mean? They do seem a little different. Where are you from? We're from kind of far away. And we're not really used to these waters.
Actually making it up on the spot. Here we go.
Oh, I see. In that case, Sebastian can show you how we swim around here.
Ariel! King Triton will not like this!
Oh, don't worry.
Easy for you to say. Okay, it's time you learn how to swim properly. Use the left stick to swim around, press circle to rise, and square to dive. Release them to stop rising or diving. Practice swimming with Flounder. Try to tag him. So then the fun part is actually finding where Flounder goes after each individual thing you do. So yeah, now he's gone down, so we go ahead and hit square. And yes, because Sora is not grounded, that means you cannot actually dodge. It's awful. You also cannot actually guard. Come on. Where'd he go this time? All the way up there. Come on. There we go. And back down.
Good job. Now let's move on to self-defense.
Sebastian!
I would ask why Sebastian is trying to teach Sora self-defense second thing in the ocean, but you know what? This is a pretty valid reason.
Class is over. Good luck.
Walking onto a target will get Sora close enough to their vertical space placement as well, but not with 100% consistency, I don't feel like. Wow, nice job. Debatable. Striking the clam will open it, and there's now a save point that wasn't there before. Convenient. Those creatures chased us here. Oh no, those monsters might be heading for the palace too. My Jamaican accent comes out significantly more Italian than I would have expected. We'd better head back right away. But what if we run into more on our way back? I'm sorry, but we need your help. Please come to the palace with us. The trident markers on the walls point the way there. We won't get lost as long as we follow them. Is this true, Jeff? Okay, let's get going.
No. There's a reason this is the worst world.
Yeah, this is widely considered the worst world in Kingdom Hearts 1, and also Kingdom Hearts 2.
Also, Kingdom Hearts 3, but that doesn't really count, so it wasn't really there.
So obviously, instead of following the trident markers, we're just gonna go this way. Welcome to Atlantica. This place is what we in the business refer to as awful. Just like we did back there, we can strike a clam to have it give us its contents. But if you are too slow, it will snap back close and, not fun. Especially when, your movement is as strange as this is.
See ya!
Ah, the clam refuses to open when there are enemies nearby. Only checks out. Now, grant us access to your contents. Alright, frankly, I can't be actually bothered to hunt for too much treasure here, so I'm just gonna actually follow the advice and follow the tridents. Indeed, they made a world so painful to navigate that the developers decided the only logical way to make it any more bearable was literally have wall markers placed to tell you where you need to go. Impressive, isn't it? But at least they had that level of foresight. It would be significantly worse if they didn't, wouldn't it? No?
That either way.
Like it's... Moving around would still be painful,
because
but...
they don't really point to the castle. They more just point to the final objective.
I can't disagree. Speaking of objectives that aren't the castle, a whole different, like, can of worms, and, just getting to the palace.
Sounds alright.
Now you might ask, why does fire work underwater? Good question. Great question. Next question.
Fire! Fire! Thunder! Come on! See ya!
Also, while it would be hilarious, conveniently casting thunder underwater doesn't actually injure Sora.
Truly amazing.
And now we head into the undersea gorge.
Thunder!
Think you mean under Georg?
Georg?
Under Georg?
Georg from Georg is the Majora's Mask boss, right? I think that's the Zelda game I'm thinking of. I'm pretty sure that's the Zelda game I'm thinking of. I don't know, I don't actually play Zelda games. I'm a disgrace to all gamers. I didn't even play Breath of the Wild, that's how disgraceful of a person I am. In case it is not obvious yet, combat here is awful. There's nothing you can do as enemies just parry every one of your strikes, and you proceed to get your Keyblade caught on the ceiling.
See ya!
And there are some clams with slightly different colors. These clams need to be opened with elemental magic. As for whether their contents are worth it or not, debatable. Sora barely moves towards his target at all when he's striking in Merman form. And this makes for some combos that just kind of drop when you don't expect them to. Like, even more so than other combos in this game, which is kind of saying something if you think about it. Come on, Mega Ether. Well, let's,
Come on! Deep freeze! Thunder!
I want that item. Get back here.
Come on!
Before we get going to the palace, there's this room that I, like, always forget exists. But yeah, this is a place that you can go to and get a Mega Potion. It is rather nice if I do say so myself. Not much else to it, though. Now off to Triton's Palace we go. But before we get to the actual palace itself, we must of course have a, Oh, these guys heal when you hit them with thunder. That would not make sense actually, what? Now, I have gone on record to say that I think Magic in KH1 is significantly more fun than most people make it out to be, and that is mostly because Magic does a lot of damage in this game when you get a decent amount of MP going. My greed will always stop me. Come on. Mithril Shard. Not even very worth it, I don't think. That's not one I can check. Anyways, time to slowly swim towards Triton's Palace and not be able to speed ourselves up at all. At least we could distract ourselves by brutally murdering embodiments of darkness, so it's okay. Ah, they're so much more mobile than I am. I hate it. Alright, and thus, we might be actually out of, like, very close to being out of mana, but we go anyway. Convenient.
That was too close.
As for how Triton can hurt them with lightning, but not me, I don't get it, but you know what, we'll work with it.
As long as I have my trident, I will not tolerate those creatures inside this palace.
Convenient.
Daddy?
Oh, Ariel, when will you listen? It's dangerous out there. Strange creatures lurk outside.
As he looks at us. I will not lie, we are pretty strange creatures, I'll give him
You
that.
sweep before the ruler of the seas, His Majesty King Triton. And who are they?
They helped us fight off those creatures.
Didn't do a very good job at it,
They don't
considering
look
3 of them
familiar.
followed us in.
We're from an ocean very far away.
Yup, we came to find the keyhole.
Goofy, why?
The what?
What's that?
Well, it's a...
Goofy, why?
There's no such thing, certainly not here.
But Daddy...
Certainly not here.
Ariel, not another word. You are not to leave the palace. Is that clear?
Well. And thus Triton sucks at enforcing his own rules. Classic.
Perhaps I'm being too strict.
Perhaps indeed.
I'm just concerned for her safety.
Of course, Your Majesty. But I must admit, now I'm quite curious about this keyhole.
That need not concern you, Sebastian. Have you anything to report?
Just as you suspected, Your Majesty, they seem to be coming from Ursula's grotto.
I knew it. That sea witch is up to no good again. A sea exile from the palace has taught her nothing.
Yes, she poses serious danger.
And I told you to keep Ariel away from such danger, did I not?
He's got a good point.
Please,
Anyways, with no chance to heal or recover from our injuries, we're just gonna leave. Come to my grotto. I want to show you something. There it is, see? Alright, so I haven't addressed this yet, but the background music is something that I seriously hope doesn't actually, like, do anything with copyright. I don't think it will. I hope it doesn't. It's this place in particular that I'm concerned about. Look at all the wonderful things Flounder and I have collected. I think it's all from the outside world. Someday, I'm going to see what's out there. I want to see other worlds. Does that sound strange? No, not at all. In fact, I wanted the same thing too. I used to feel the same way. Used to? I mean, I still do. Hey, why don't we try looking for that keyhole you were talking about? But your father said, oh, he treats me like a little girl. He never wants to let me do anything. He just doesn't understand. Classic. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and loot Ariel's collection. Definitely not morally reprehensible in the slightest. Right. Well, we got a torn page from Winnie's book, so, victory, I guess? Where on earth am I locked onto? Oh, this is awful.
Come on!
I'm definitely not being an awful friend. Definitely not. Who would ever do such a thing? Yeah. Something that I think KH1 gets really right is there are these very interactable environments. that just kind of disappear as the games go on. Makes me kind of sad. But you know what? We got KH1, so it's fine. There's this really big fish who can swim against the current, but he's scared of those weird things swimming around. So if we chase them away, I think the big fish will play with us. Maybe if we grab onto him, he'll take you somewhere. Oh, you think so? Well, I guess we'll have to see that for ourselves then. Is this a chest I can open? No. I don't think that is either, for that matter. We recognize that music.
Those impudent fools will never find the keyhole. But the girl could prove useful, and I've got the heartless on my side. Triton, my old friend, your day is coming.
See ya.
Oh, we didn't heal at all. I have a brilliant plan. We're gonna retreat. Conveniently, they don't stop us at all while we're opening that rock. And I was wrong. For some reason, I was under the impression there would be a save point here.
This should help.
I think there is one later, just not yet. I could be wrong about that. I could be entirely wrong about that. Anyways, let us deal with the Heartless so that we can take Flounder's advice. Because Flounder's advice has never gotten anyone in trouble, has it? Definitely not. I don't know, it's been ages since I've seen The Little Mermaid. I don't think Flounder was very troublesome, at least. Come on, one more. Alright. Beating the big jellyfish makes the small jellyfish come out. I don't know much about jellyfish, but that somehow checks out.
Fire!
Alright. Now instead of swimming after it to catch up, I'm just gonna wait for it to come by again.
Ow, my elbow!
You alright there?
I will say yes, but no.
Well, no, but actually, yes.
Well, yes, but actually no.
Indeed. Following, or grabbing onto this dolphin will do nothing for us? It just takes us in a loop, and we can get off of it.
Heal.
White mushrooms. I'm not dealing with these. They're basically a minigame where you need to react to what they're doing and hit them with the correct spell. I always forget what, it's like playing charades, but without words. Now you might say it's not how you already play charades, but I mean you have to do the response physically and not, like, say what it is. And I suck at that. Ow. Ow.
Heal.
Alright, where'd that dolphin go? I get the feeling I can interact with that, so I don't remember how. Not like that.
Deep freeze. Fire.
Oh! Apparently, yes, like that.
Heal.
combat in this place is awful. Like, objectively. Mega Potion. We love to see it. Get back here! Alright, we shall now take the dolphin somewhere new, hopefully. Hopefully. Indeed we shall. This dolphin has managed to swim against the current, unlike us. And because of that, we can now go to the sunken ship. Do I want to go here yet? Undersea Gorge. Where on earth is this? Nifty! Now the real question is, can this be used as a shortcut back? Also, opening this treasure chest grants us Orichalcum. I'm not gonna lie, I've never actually done that. Nifty, I must say.
This should help.
He's gonna heal. And we, being the responsible fish we are going to investigate the sunken ship. Alright. Let's go ahead and grab this treasure. How rude. Alright, now that it's tried to spook us, now we can get the treasure. Its shape reminds me of something. Obtained crystal trident. Gee, I wonder. And now that shark from earlier is after us. Thank you, Donald. I'm gonna get an ether going, and another ether.
Here.
Thank you, Donald.
Here.
High potion.
See ya.
And now do the responsible thing and start using fire on the shark. Ow.
Heal.
Leaf bracer, please.
Heal. Fire. Heal. Heal.
I love leaf bracer.
Heal.
I don't know about you, but now seems about as good a time as any to just leave if I can. Yeah, I could just leave. We're good. And now I need to restock on items. Probably a good idea. I did not mean to use that. Alright, Sora. Take out. Potion. Potion. High potion. High potion. Ether. Alright, in the meantime, I'm not getting much magic and can't really use my magic stat very well because of that. So we're going to be going ahead and testing out the Wishing Star. Anyways, now that we have been reminded of a familiar shape, I did not actually equip the Wishing Star. Or did I? No. I don't have the MP anymore, but I think the model is the same. This is awful. I physically can't.
Of course, you're in Atlanta.
Indeed. That is how these things go. Also, hello.
Hello.
Alright. Even though I equipped the Wishing Star, it hadn't actually changed what my Keyblade looked like until after I left the room. We're just gonna swim past these normal enemies because Atlantica combat is awful, as demonstrated by that one swing I tried to do. We've made a tactical retreat to Ariel's grotto.
Tactical retreat to be out of the area.
Indeed. The Crystal Trident is a perfect fit for the thing we have. How nice. And just like all nice things.
Ariel,
It must come to an end.
disobeyed me again.
Indeed.
I told you not to leave the palace.
You didn't do a very good job of enforcing it, so that's on you.
Daddy, no!
Daddy, yes! That sounds awful. Why did I-
Sorry, Daddy.
Young man, you're not from another ocean. You're from another world.
This is
aren't
true.
you?
Huh?
Then you must be the key bearer.
How did you know?
You may fool Ariel, but you can't fool me. You don't know your dorsal fin from your tail.
Sora
As the
does not
key
deny
bearer,
it.
You must already know one must not meddle in the affairs of other worlds.
Of course I know that, but
You have violated this principle.
It hasn't been the first time, won't be the
Key
last.
bearer shatters peace and brings ruin.
It is what I do
Well,
best.
Sora's not like that.
I thank you for saving my daughter, but there is no room in my ocean for you or your key.
I never noticed it before, but on cutscenes, there's this awful stretching effect, and I hate it.
Poor child suffers such
Yeah.
deep sorrow. What a pity. If only there was something we could do. Wait, maybe she can be of some help. Yes, maybe she can be of some help too.
who are you talking about?
It's like the worst part is it's only on the background and not the characters.
She'd make all your dreams come true. Ursula can help.
You called, my dear?
You're
Ariel
Ursula.
said nothing.
Well, I was just wondering if...
It's all right. Helping others is what I live for. Let me guess. You wish to see other worlds. That shouldn't be too hard. After all, your new friends came from another world.
What?
But they had special help. That mysterious key. Now, cheer up, sweetie. You have something special, too.
Huh?
Now listen carefully.
I refuse to do such a thing. Come on, talk to me. Talk. Where did Ariel go? I want to look for her, but I'm sort of scared. Indeed you are, Flounder. How about we check the room she was in? No such hint. Jeff, I actually don't remember where I'm supposed to go here. Do you?
I do not.
Do I go back to the ship, or...? I don't remember.
Possibly.
I'm gonna try going back to the palace. I doubt that's where I'm supposed to go, but you know, I'll give it a shot. If the palace doesn't work, then I'll go back to the ship. Oh, it was the palace.
The keyhole
Convenient.
they seek is somewhere in the palace.
Now, my dear, if you can take me there without your daddy knowing, I can help you get to these other worlds you long for.
Why did Triton leave his trident unattended? Who knows? Either way, I need some mana desperately. I will be attempting to get that. Well, that didn't go very well, did it? You know what? We're done here. We're just leaving. I'm going to say see you later, nerds. Because there hasn't been a save point, and I don't even know how long.
The trident is mine at last, and I couldn't have done it without your help, my dear.
Ursula, no! I didn't want this!
Why not? Aren't you tired of following your dear daddy's orders? Oh, yes. We had a deal, didn't we? Time for a little journey to the dark world of the Heartless.
My favorite world. How'd you know?
It's better than Atlantica.
Indeed. In fact, we will actively go there ourselves and see that it is better than Atlantica.
We have company. I'm afraid you're a little late, handsome.
You know, Ursula calling Sora handsome there makes a specific thing from Kingdom Hearts 2 even worse.
The trident.
Yeah.
We'll get there when we get there.
Come on, let's go. Wait, I'm going with you. My father is
No.
hurt and it's all my fault.
It is your fault.
I have to stop Ursula.
That's right. I'm right behind you, Ariel.
Terrible mistake. Never trust Ariel's intuition. Ursula draws power from her cauldron. To defeat Ursula, you must strike her cauldron with magic. To this day, I'm still not actually sure how true that is. Also, I need to see if there's a save point, because this is awful. Indeed, there is. Finally, I now have more than 2 health and more than 0 mana. We love to see it. Anyways, now we must go find, said cauldron. But first, we're done here. I missed an attack. As soon as you miss a single attack, Atlantica combat becomes awful.
Why,
Not that
it's
it
not
isn't awful
to
before.
begin with?
Not that it isn't awful before you miss an attack. It's just even more awful afterwards, because everything moves faster than you, and Sora literally stands as still as possible despite being underwater. I'm just gonna leave. Actually, if I go through this exit, there will be a dolphin somewhere around here, I think.
See ya.
How'd my combo finisher miss there? I don't need to ask. This is Atlantica. These things happen all the time.
See ya. Come on.
Come on. And now we wait for the dolphin to show up. I'm pretty sure the dolphin shows up here at least. Ah, get back here! Get back here! I will chase you if I have to. Please get to a place where the Heartless despawn. Please. 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 No, you're just going to more of them. Yes. There we go. See you later, nerd. Ha! I'm a tactical genius. That shark is still there. I'm going to ignore it. Isn't there something else you should be doing? Ah, fine. The something else they are referring to is naturally that, making sure that shark isn't just going to obliterate us. So I'm just going to go ahead and equip a Keyblade that has some more consistency. You know, this never occurred to me until now. Why doesn't the Aladdin Keyblade grant you a point of MP if it's based off the literal magic lamp?
That's a good point.
Like, not implying that it isn't a good Keyblade, because for the point in the game you get it at, it's, like, literally the best option you have. But, like, that's weird to me. I never really noticed it. Can you heal up? Again? Throw ether at myself. This is awful. Fuck! Why won't you die? Stupid shark! I hit it like 5 times when it was at 0 health. Need some help? I'll show you how it's done. And conveniently, that was the answer. Alright, with that shark gone, I need to restock on items because Sora is out of mana again. And also, I'm just going to heal myself up with the last remaining potion in my inventory. And now to take out of stock. I don't want to have to use elixirs this early, but I think I just kind of have to. Ah, what am I talking about? RPG brain. I'll have 70 elixirs by the time this journey is over anyway. I would rather like some MP heading into this next place. So I'm just gonna go ahead and you know, before we go there, I'm gonna check what's on that other path. That sounds like a fun idea to me. This is where I came from. Cavern Nook, you say? Well, looks like I made the correct choice, because there is a save point here. And a Mega Ether. Both of which are valuable resources. Time to not use any of them. No, I'll use the save point. Anyways, back to the main place I'm supposed to be going. Hey look, it's the Poor Unfortunate Souls from the song The Poor Unfortunate Souls.
The poor unfortunate soul.
Anyways, we now head to Ursula's lair.
Your time has come!
Anyway, we were told to strike Ursula's magic or cauldron with magic, so that sounds like a pretty good idea. Ow.
See ya. See ya.
Also, attacking Flotsam and Jetsam here grants you MP. It is rather nice. And a pretty considerable amount, too.
Isn't that attacking any enemy, though?
Well, yes, but Flotsam and Jetsam, more so than almost any other thing in the game, grants you a lot of MP.
Fair enough.
So I think what you do is you strike it with the corresponding magic. I could very much be wrong about that, though. Gonna heal. For the record, I still have no earthly idea how this fight actually works.
Real question. Does it?
No. Ah, this is awful. Potion. Get some MP back by beating up an eel. As you do. Come on.
Actually, you can hit it with literally any type of spell.
Checks out.
The color of the cauldron doesn't indicate what spell you need to use on it, it indicates what spell she's about to use.
Ah, is there a certain amount of times you need to strike it with magic? Ah, she's laughing at me, and apparently that means I can't attack her.
It doesn't appear, however, just spam fire because it consumes so little MP.
This is true. I'm going to use an elixir because I am not dealing with getting mana back from the eels. The eels are body blocking. Gonna heal. Use the eel to heal. Checks out.
It's already too late. She's using the spell.
Yeah.
Fire! See ya!
Like, do I need to space out my casts, or do I need to...
I'm not sure.
I feel like I need to space out my casts so far.
Fire! See ya!
I've got no clue.
That was it.
Well, yes, I know. I'm just saying, I'm not sure if that was because I spaced out my spells, or I just casted a certain amount of them, or what.
Yeah, I got no clue about that.
Whatever it is, I'm 90% sure this fight just doesn't work. In any sense. Stop laughing at me. Ow.
Immediately. Stop laughing at me.
I need an edit of this fight where every time Ursula laughs, it's just replaced with Tidus's laugh from Final Fantasy X. I haven't actually played FF10 yet. I just need that in my life. Alright, so it seems like spamming is optimal. I guess that checks out. I should have brought Spellbinder for this, shouldn't I? Most likely.
Come on! Come on!
Give me my mana back. I'm lucky Leaf Racer exists. I don't know, parrying you seems to have been a pretty good method of escape myself, I should say so myself. Alright, now I walk onto the cauldron if possible. Ah, she casted it mid me firing at it. I'm so sad. This place makes me so sad. This fight in general. This world. Everything about this world makes me so sad. Which, if I'm to make a terrible mistake about the Kingdom Hearts community and take it at face value, seems to be a pretty common response to this world. Remind me, Joseph, have you played Kingdom Hearts 1?
Yes, although I... Did I make it? No. I made it all the way to the world that never was, I think it's called.
I think you mean the end of the world.
Yes. Got stuck on the room that Jeff got knocked out of.
That is a very understandable room to be stuck on. For reference...
And then I never finished it.
For reference, check out Gamer Jeff TK's clip. Jeff leaves, but in-game... I think that's what it's called, right? Right. Ugh, get off of me.
But yeah, that room, I tried that a few dozen times, and I eventually just gave up. And then never finished the game because of it.
Understandable. That would be a pretty good reason to give up. You may want to try a summon. Just a
I did. It didn't work.
I wouldn't be able to.
Then again, I might have just used a bad summon, because I'm pretty sure I used Simba?
Yeah, Simba's debatably good in that context. Like, Simba's great for wave clear, but he's also not very good at staying around very long and helping you out more than like 2 times.
Yeah.
There we go. Ha! The cauldron activation knocked out Ursula. That's funny to me.
You'll pay for this!
Will we now? Let's go. We must get the trident back. Learn shared ability, Mermaid Kick. To swim faster or against currents, equip this and press circle repeatedly. Finally, a way to swim faster. Let's pursue Ursula. Come on. I forgot to equip it. I'm stupid. Much better. It's all clogged up. Let's look for another way. We can't pursue Ursula. Well, we tried. Also, I'm not gonna lie. That save point I found earlier, in here, for the longest time, like, until I found it just now, I had no idea that was there. So we're just gonna use it again. Come on. Alright, well, in preparation for what's coming up next, I'm going to once again equip Spellbinder. Because I think magic is the only logical thing to do here. After all, physical strikes don't seem to do much at all here. Anyway, in complete blindness, because the camera is actively turned away from where I'm trying to go, it is time to use Mermaid Kick and move fast. Now, it's like literally never said where you're supposed to go from here for some reason, but if you head over here... you find the correct place.
Pathetic fools! I rule the seas now! The sea and all its spoils bow to my power!
Do they? Do they really? And we must now fight Ursula, but she is comically large.
Not so fast! Get ready for this!
If you Mermaid Kick against this attack, you don't get sucked in, which is a very good fate. Not getting sucked in, I mean. Getting sucked in is the worst fate. I was gonna preemptively start moving away. Oh, that is not the attack I thought it was.
Not so fast! Get ready for
As soon as I try to go in for the attack, she decides that that is exactly where she wants me to be. Which somehow only checks out. Ah! The tracking on Ursula's eyes is incredibly awkward and makes me feel terrible at any given moment. In case it is not obvious, I'm going to be here a while. This fight is not exactly a fast one.
Get ready for
Ow. I have been chopped. Not fun.
Can you potentially use that trick of like the last hit storage for your fire spell? Or does that not work?
I think damage storage is on critical level 1 specifically. Or proud level 1. What I can use is Leaf Racer. I just need enough MP for it. So I'm not entirely sure how, but for a second I was stuck behind Ursula's neck, which makes for a great thing to be, because you cannot get attacked at this angle except by the lightning she has passively going around her.
Yeah, it's proud mode level 1.
I forgot to re-equip items. This is going to be awesome.
Actually, you don't have to be level 1, you just have to have the 0 XP modifier on.
That would check out.
I'm not sure if it's still proud mode though.
Well, EXP 0 is proud exclusive, so yes.
Ah. And I'm assuming you're not on proud mode?
No, I am on proud mode.
Oh.
If I was on standard, this would be a significantly faster fight, for various reasons.
So you could do that, use it.
This is an option, yes.
Then you wouldn't get the XP from the boss.
Yeah, that's the problem there.
Get ready for
This fight is going to take so long. It's going to be so awful. Ah, let me out of here.
Not so fast. Get ready for this.
Let me out of here.
Now, are you referring to that attack, or this entire boss fight?
This entire boss fight. For reference, this isn't my least favorite boss fight in the series, but it's certainly my least favorite boss fight in this game. Even more so than the Cauldron one, because at least that one sometimes works. This one is just not any fun, ever. This passive lightning is actively the worst. Oh god. Now I have to do that all again. Alright, before I move in, we are going to do some things. So first off, I do have Spellbinder equipped, but more importantly, I need Elixir, stock, take out Elixir, take out Mega Elixir, take out Mega Elixir, take out Mega Ether, take out Mega Ether. Magic is the only logical way I get this done at any given, with any given speed.
That do be the Kingdom Hearts way.
Indeed. We're gonna skip that cutscene because we just watched it.
How does it feel knowing that it just been taking longer to get through Atlantica than it did Monstro?
It checks out because, one, Monstro, while I have an awful sense of direction, I can move in a straight line relatively well. This place, not only do I have an awful sense of direction, but I also have to deal with this. Cast Wind. I'm gonna pretend I didn't swim right back into that. I never wanted to spend so long in Ursula's awful face, but you know what? These things happen sometimes. I'm just going to try to stay behind Ursula as much as I can, and try to strike from an angle where I can't be hit by her forward-facing attacks. You can always get hit by her passive lightning. In case it is not obvious, my brain has been fried by this fight because it is awful.
So, our original point is, but I think I'm between
What?
mostly because I haven't been sleeping well.
Yeah.
But second, maybe so that way I can, the faster I go to sleep, the faster I can stay up.
I figured that was the reason.
Understandable. Have a good night.
I mean, joke, that was the actual reason, right? Like, the main reason, I was down like 2 hours ago.
Understandable. Happens when you're playing Kingdom Hearts 1, going through Monstro and Atlantica.
Alrighty.
Alright, see you later then.
Talk to you later.
Hear you later.
How do I get... what? Joseph, did you see that?
No.
I was above her face, and suddenly I was just in her stomach.
What? Yeah, see, I didn't see it because I couldn't stand looking at Ursula's face anymore.
Correct.
So now I'm shooting skeletons with butt plugs.
As you do. I've made it through her first health bar. First of 3. Yes, this is awful. No, I'm not having a good time.
They're not having a ball?
Please stop me now. I am not having a good time. I'm not sure what hit me there. Oh, this is awful. Now, I did not leave the room or come back, so those preparations were not saved. This is awful. Alright, this time I'm going to remember to leave the room and come back. Mega Ether, take out Mega Elixir, and take out Mega Elixir. And we leave the room, and we come back. And now the game is forced to remember that we've changed our items. Once more skip the cutscene, and once more prepare to spend 7 years in hell. The most effective way to dodge, instead of swimming away, swim perpendicular.
It's the best way to take her to avoid Godzilla.
Exactly. This is basically Godzilla, isn't it?
Godzilla, but ugly.
Indeed. I must apologize to Godzilla. I did not mean to insult him in such a manner. For the record, the only Godzilla movie I've seen is the straight-up original Japanese one. Great movie, by the way. Would recommend.
That's one more Godzilla movie than I've seen.
It's one more Ursula fight than I can tolerate. Oh god. I'm gonna be here a while.
Don't forget, you are here forever.
I would rather forget.
Very tasty. Get ready for this.
On one hand, I never claimed to be good at this game. On the other hand, I don't think this is a very good section of the game. I love Kingdom Hearts 1, but even people who love Kingdom Hearts 1 hate this place. And this way, for that matter.
I'm sure there's someone that likes it.
That person is brave, and by brave, I mean I have no earthly idea who you are, but you have a very fascinating approach to life.
Not so fast. Get ready for
It's like this fight would be bad enough without the passive lightning, but the lightning passive makes it significantly worse. Which is impressive because it's already pretty bad.
Get ready for
I started the combo behind her head, and then by the end of it I was in her face, figuratively and literally. Also, I'm not sure what it is about Mermaid Kick, but sometimes if you're just trying to hit circle to rise, you just start Mermaid Kick, and it's awful.
Not so fast. Get ready for this.
This is an elixir moment, I think. I'm just gonna dodge this and see if I can clean out the rest of this fight by sniping with fire. Fire doesn't go as far as I think it does. Not at all. What? Earth? Okay. Apparently the logical way to use fire is not as a long-range projectile, but as a very, very short-range projectile. Just like Gunflame from Soul Bad Guy.
Gunflame!
Very tasty. See ya. You dare to strike me!
Now seems like a good time to use Elixir. So first off, I put wind on myself. I heal.
Not very tasty. Get ready for this. Insolent little fool.
Heal. Wind.
Not so fast. Get ready for this.
And a heal.
Get ready for this.
I need to swim away. Donald and Goofy are both dead already.
That's the hit.
Ah! I got struck by a lightning bolt and a bubble.
See ya.
Mega Ether time.
Fool. Defense.
Mega Ethers, for context, restore 3 MP to everyone in your party. Only 3. No, I think it's actually just Mega Elixir time.
Fire. Not so fast. Fire. Time to show some respect. Fire.
She has started using a new attack where she just shouts and casts lightning everywhere around her. Not passively, actively. Also, I may be mistaken, but it feels like her lightning is faster now. Passively.
See ya. This won't be pretty.
It's such a wide area of effect. Oh god, I'm being blinded.
This should help. This won't be pretty. Heal. Fire.
Oh god. Even casting fire as many times as that wasn't enough. Perhaps fire isn't the answer.
Fire is always the answer.
While I agree with this in principle, I'm not sure if I agree with this in practice. You know, damage storage just might be worth it, even if it means I don't get the EXP from the fight itself. Yeah, I'm just gonna equip EXP 0. I have all my items. Alright, here we go. One more try. Once more with feeling. This is what, the 4th time I fought Ursula and failed?
I wouldn't know.
Correct. Alright, so remind me, damage storage. I just need to do a combo finisher and then start spamming, right?
No, you don't do the combo.
Oh,
finisher.
right.
You go one hit before the finisher.
You dare disturb me!
1, 2, 3. Or does it need to be 2 hits, or does it count for combo pluses?
I don't know.
I can't tell.
Heal! Not so fast! Get ready for this!
Either way, half the time it seems like my fires just miss even when I'm point blank.
I mean, you have other spells you can use.
This is true. I just don't have any offensive spells on the shortcut menu other than fire.
Fair.
This is gonna be a Mega Elixir moment, I think. Alright, Blizzard doesn't seem to affect her at all, either that or I just missed. One or the other. I really can't tell sometimes in this game. Man, I love Kingdom Hearts 1. Not this section of the game, but I love Kingdom Hearts 1.
I just realized there was a button that was very helpful when I was playing this game earlier.
Yeah?
Straight.
Perhaps. This looks like another Mega Elixir.
I don't know why I thought you were going to say Megalovania moment.
At least the Sans fight is more fair than this. On a first time.
At least the Sans fight works.
How do you feel about the implication that fighting Sans for the first time is more fair than this fight at any given moment?
I mean, the Sans fight is fair.
Indeed.
There's a reason I've done it so many times just for fun.
Yeah, but I mean, what do you think the chances of someone clearing the Sans fight for the first time is?
In their first attempt, not very high, especially considering the skills that Undertale has raised up to that point.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, the Sans fight requires a completely different skill set that you literally are forced to train in that fight and that fight alone.
Indeed. Whereas this fight, nothing technically, no technical skills required for this fight. There's just no logical way to get anything done.
I'm definitely not playing this in the dumbest way possible and only going with horizontal things.
Definitely not. Who would ever do such a thing?
Oh, man. I was forced to take something not horizontal.
Dang.
Now I have a dog.
Time to heal. Again. This looks like an elixir moment. I'm not even sure if I pulled off damage storage successfully even once. But you know what? I've completed the fight and got 0 EXP for it. So, haha! Who's the winner here? Still not me. Anyway, we're done here. I'm not doing that again. I will never be revisiting Atlantica. This is just a fact.
Not even for 100%.
Not even for 100%. I've already shown a terrible track record with 100%ing the games I've played on stream so far. I'm not about to start for this one.
Wait, what other game did you 100% on stream?
None. None.
Fair enough.
Also, I accidentally mashed through some dialogue. We're gonna ignore that dialogue for that reason. Anyways, it's my fault. You followed Ursula because I wouldn't let you follow your heart. He said the funny thing. Heart. And when you found that crystal, I lost my temper and destroyed it. Oh yeah, the crystal. Why did you destroy it? That crystal held the power to reveal the keyhole. The keyhole is dangerous. I had to keep you away from it at any cost. Daddy. Keybearer, I have one more request. Seal the keyhole. My trident also holds the power to reveal the keyhole. Will you do it? Of course, that's what we had in mind from the start. Where is the keyhole, Daddy? You should know that better than anyone. It's in your grotto. Really? Sora, let's go! Attained the power of Thunder. Thunder has been upgraded to Thundera. Obtained Ansem's Report 3. Nifty. So before we go, I'm just gonna save. And before I save, I'm gonna unequip EXP 0. I'm still not actually sure if I successfully managed to pull off damage swords that fight, because I literally can't tell sometimes. Anyways, back to Ariel's grotto we go. Also, the game lied. Both square and circle can activate Mermaid Kick, making movement in this place even more awkward. Which is frankly impressive. Alright, with the trident in front of the trident imprint, we can reveal the keyhole. And Sora can lock the keyhole. And with that, Atlantica is saved. It will not fall to darkness. Truly a shame.
Tell me, Sora.
It would have been better if it
Your
did.
world?
Then it wouldn't show up in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh, about that. Sorry for lying to you. It's okay. Besides, if you can travel to other worlds...
You're not going to
maybe
start
I
singing,
can
are you?
too.
If you start singing, I have to mute you.
So many places I want to see. I know I'll get there someday. I'll find a way, somehow. I'm sure of it.
Well, if you find it, do me a favor and leave me out of it.
Got him. This is from my collection. I want you to have it. Sora has obtained Crab Claw. Nifty. Why do I-
Return to Crab.
Crab Claw has 6 strength and 1 MP. I will take that over Spellbinder. Alright. And with that, we are once more... Not once more, what am I talking about? We are done with Atlantica, thank God. I'm just gonna go straight back to Triton's Palace and leave as quickly as I can. That's not Triton's Palace. I don't want to talk about it. Come on. Alright. With Atlantica completed, and me having wasted the opportunity to get XP from a boss battle for marginal damage bonuses, I think it's a great time to go back to 100 Acre Wood and talk to Winnie the Pooh, because we did pick up one of the torn pages in Ariel's collection. Back to the book we go. And now, the place that has been restored by the page coming back. A tall, curious tree buzzing with bees. Take a look? Why not?
Hello? Is anyone there?
Hello, Piglet.
What am I to do? I'm all alone. Pooh. Pooh, where are you? It's me, Piglet.
I'd be pretty terrified if I saw that towering over me, too. Correct response, Piglet. Unfortunately, Sora has no intention of leaving you alone. Well, we tried. Come on. I think. Am I stupid? Probably. Nope. Alright, I'm definitely forgetting something, because it has been ages since I cleared 100 Acre Wood in Kingdom Hearts 1. I think if I go to Pooh's house... And now, if I break and enter, as you usually do... Pooh is not here. However, I can steal his stuff.
As you do.
And open his windows. And look at his clock. What on earth was I supposed to do again? Fire! Light his campfire. You can also strike his vent, and that did something, apparently. It has granted us a Mega Ether. I ring the bell? Nope. I legitimately do not remember what I'm supposed to do here. You know, we're gonna leave this alone for a bit, because I cannot for the life of me remember what I'm doing here. Unless... I don't think Pooh would be here. Pooh is not here, but what is here is a mithril shard, which I will gladly take. While I don't think we're done here, I also do not remember what I'm supposed to do. And now, to make up for the fact that I, got 0 EXP from that, fight, we're just gonna go ahead and head to the Coliseum to make up for that. And actually, hopefully, beat Leon and Yuffie this time. In the meantime, we're gonna try and get some items back. Nothing so powerful as an elixir. Maybe one. Perfect. And now, with very slightly more experience, and, another point of magic, I think, we go. Autofill cup. Pegasus cup. Enter together. I'm gonna pretend I did anything there.
See ya. This should help.
It's gonna heal right away.
See ya. Fire. Fire.
I love it when enemies get aggroed on my party members so I can do whatever I want. I'm just gonna heal.
Come on! Come on!
To heal. Get back here.
Come on!
Thank you, Goofy. Does gravity affect these guys when they're in break? No, it does not. Alright, that happened.
Fire! Heal! Come on!
I love being out of MP. As much as I like the idea of striking enemies to get your MP back, in practice, Kingdom Hearts 1 makes magic a very valuable commodity. So valuable, in fact, that it gets very difficult to get back at any reasonable rate.
Basically, if they increase the rate at which you recover mana, it'd be fine.
Yeah. Like, in Kingdom Hearts 2, magic works very differently, in a way that I think is less cool conceptually, but much better for gameplay. And that's really the duality here, isn't it? I'm trying to block fireballs, but Goofy is just as effective at blocking them with his face. Okay, why can my party members damage those guys from in front, but not me? It feels kind of unfair. Well, back to
Would you
Leon and
prefer that they follow the same rules as you and therefore never be able to deal damage because their AI is awful?
You've got a good point.
Like, this comes down to the exact same thing with magic in Cage 2 versus Cage 1. Conceptually, it makes sense that they would have to follow the same rules. But gameplay-wise, it's better that they don't. Feels so weird that on the current character I'm doing in Hollow Cure, I want to be hit.
Check that somehow.
It's over. Come and get it. Come and get it.
My reaction time is significantly worse than I remembered, which is impressive because I remember it being awful. Indeed it is. Man. Will I accomplish anything I set out to do today? Find out next time. And by next time, I of course mean right now, when I go for the salty run back like I always do. Actually, now that I think about it, I used that elixir. How much money do I have? 200? Yeah, we're not doing that. What we are doing is seeing how much I can get for various things, because I can't go to the gummy ship room, because I need some items. It's time to go see Donald's nephews. And also see if we have anything new for synthesis. Probably a good idea. Man, I can't wait for the day when I make it through Kingdom Hearts 1 and start playing through every Final Fantasy, or not Kingdom Hearts 1, through every Kingdom Hearts game, and then just start playing every Final Fantasy game on stream. It's gonna be great. I will go ahead and make an energy bagel, and also a cottage, because why not?
I know you said bangle, but I thought you said bagel.
I would love an energy bagel. Thank you for noticing. Slightly raises max HP and defense. Not super valuable, but I guess that's neat. Alright, now off to go purchase some items from Donald's nephews.
Damn, I am dead.
It do be like that. Alright, I'm here to shop. Let's sell some stuff. Alright, what don't I need? Well, I'm not gonna use tents, probably. I'm not going to use the single camping set I have. And I don't think I need 11 houses. Protect chains are kind of worthless by now. Proterra chains are kind of worthless by now. And everything else here seems fine to hold on to. So now, it is time to purchase. I can't even purchase ethers or anything like that. What I can purchase is weapons for Donald and Goofy. Obviously, I purchased the Silver Mallet, which is a physical weapon for Donald that reduces his maximum magic. Oh god, that's iconic.
Why is that a thing?
Don't worry, but he has 2 of them.
Why?
There's a plan here.
Not a very good one.
Alright. Actually, I think I just want to stock up on ethers because I could use some more of these at any given moment, it seems. I can afford exactly 9 of them. That makes me mad somehow. Alright. I don't think we have time for a salty run back, and I don't want to start the new world and be there for like 2 minutes.
No, obviously you should try the salty run back. You have 14 minutes.
This is true, I do have 14 minutes. Gummy ship.
That should be enough time for at least one attempt at a salty run back.
Indeed. We love the salty run back here. It's like, what else was I gonna do with my time? Figure out advancing the 100-acre wood? Probably. Alright, after I've spent all my money and forgotten to equip my items, let's try this. Let's try this again. Let's equip some items. Alright, not optimal, but we go. Round 1.
Not bad, huh?
It has been so long since I played Kingdom Hearts 1. Like, before this stream series, I think the last time I played Kingdom Hearts 1 was like, unironically 3 years ago. Good job, Goofy.
Heal.
Alright. We're making good progress. Now the question is, will we be able to make any more progress than I've already done? Apparently not. I didn't die, but that was embarrassing. Goofy, stop pushing him so that his hitbox is always in front, or his guard box is always in front of me.
Come on! Come on! Fire! Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on!
Goofy keeps pushing my enemies away so I can't hit them. Classic Goofy maneuver. That round took significantly longer than I would have liked it to. I have leveled up and gotten a point of strength. Now, how much will this be able to help me? I suppose we'll find out. Come on. Unbreak. Perfect.
Fire!
Ow. Ow. I'm not dead yet. I feel fine. I'm getting better.
Are you?
No. I feel like every fight I do in this game, I progressively forget more and more of how to play it.
Come on! Force! Force!
I have no more mana, but gravity is an effective weapon against opponents with high health.
Come on! That's the power of the Keyblade!
Time to make an intelligent decision and waste all of those ethers I just bought.
Here!
This is not going very well, is it?
Here! Is that supposed to hurt? This should help. Heal.
Leaf Bracer is such a good ability.
Ready? This should help.
Oh, that's a lot of projectiles.
Here. Let's talk this out. Come on. This is great. This should help.
Ow.
Let's talk this out. Defense. Let's talk this out.
I refuse to talk things out.
It's over.
I'm just gonna heal.
Not allowed.
See, I can heal. The enemy is not allowed to heal.
It'd be funny if he could, though.
Yuffie does get a healing ability in a rematch later. It's awful.
Question is, how much does she heal?
Not a super significant amount, but it's still enough to be troublesome, to say the least.
You don't stand
Fair
a chance
enough.
against me.
Heal. This should help.
You don't stand a chance.
Apparently, I do not, Squall.
Heal.
Hey, you need a break.
Defense.
It's over. It's over.
Heal.
Get this.
As someone who's never played Final Fantasy VIII, I have no idea why his sword is glowing now. But it seems Final Fantasy, so I'll allow it. Or why he powers through my attacks, or does half my health in a single hit. You know what, Salty Run Back was worth a shot, but we're done here. And with it now being, basically 11 o'clock at night, I think this is a pretty good time to end it. Thank you all for watching, and I shall see you later. Does my co-commentator have anything to say?
Yeah, where the hell is Sheldon?
Gone, reduced to atoms. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I shall see you on Wednesday for some more Hollow Knight. On Friday for some more Neon White. On Saturday for whatever I decide is the game of the week. Now that I have assumed...
We need a word that starts with light or white. Sadly, there's one I can think of for multiplayer.
A word that starts with white? What?
It rhymes with white.
Rhymes with white. Multiplayer.
Think about it.
Undernight?
Hollow Knight, Neon White.
Undernight.
I like the idea of
Joseph,
Undernight. That's not the one I was thinking of.
Fight me in Undernight. It'll be great. Anyway.
I'm down.
And then
Better
Monday.
than the one I was thinking of.
Indeed. Anyway. We might be playing Undernight. I love Undernight. I'm awful at it, but I love Undernight. Anyways. And then Monday again for some more Kingdom Hearts, where hopefully I'll get some more things done than wallow around for half an hour trying to figure out how to beat Ursula. Anyways, I shall see you all later.